Good day. I'm John Lestitian, the town manager of Riverdale Park. On behalf of the town, I am honored to share this greeting at the Riverdale Park Arts Virtual Artist Showcase. The town has a long history in supporting and promoting public visual and performance art. The town believes firmly that promotion, participation, and appreciation of art in all of its forms is a pillar upon which a healthy community is built. The town appreciates the good work of Riverdale Park Arts in all of their endeavors, and this is especially true here in this virtual format, as they have worked to share art during this unprecedented time. Be well and enjoy the show.
Hi, I'm Robert DeLutis, co-president of Riverdale Park Arts, and I want to welcome you to our first ever online showcase. As the premier arts organization in Riverdale Park, Maryland, we are extremely happy that tonight's presentation reflects the diversity and incredible talents of our town. We hope you enjoy this show. So let's get started. One of the organization's signature events each summer is our outdoor concert series. This summer we featured the Annapolis Woodwind Quintet, as well as groups from the University of Maryland and other local musicians. Up first is the quintet, a piano duo, and a little surprise in the middle.
Hi, I'm Valerie Thompson. I'm a neuroscientist and I run the Books and Culture section of Science Magazine. I'm also a part of Riverdale Park Arts because the arts and sciences make a great team. Did you know, for example, that the stethoscope was invented by a physician who also happened to be a flautist, and that he recorded his first observations of heart sounds in musical notation? Or that the methods and some of the tools that were used to perform the first open heart surgeries were invented by an African American innovator named Vivienne Thomas, whose formal training was as a master carpenter? Or that the suturing techniques used for organ transplants were adapted from lace making? Even the electronic chips that run our phones and computers are fabricated using techniques that were pioneered in the arts, including etching, silkscreen printing, and photolithography. Artistic endeavors can even lead to scientific breakthroughs. In 1990, for example, the National Endowment for the Arts funded a collaboration between conceptual artist Mel Chin and botanist Rufus Cheney to create an environmental art experiment called Revival Field that provided the first proof of concept that plants can take harmful compounds such as lead, arsenic, and cobalt out of contaminated soil. As the embryologist, dancer, and artist Conrad Hal Waddington said, "The acute problems of the world can be solved only by whole men, not by people who refuse to be publicly anything more than a technologist or a pure scientist or an artist." For more information about how art and science are better together, check out this essay published in Science.
Thanks to funding from the town of Riverdale Park, we were able to partner with organizations in the community, including the Prince George's Philharmonic and other local schools. Our collaborations offer funding and art supplies to local artists that compete for the opportunity to win these prestigious awards. Board member Rita Sloan spearheads the grant program with the Philharmonic, and up next you'll hear her and myself performing a short little work for clarinet and piano. You'll also see a little fun cooking video.
Hi everyone, my name is Lily, and what you're about to view is a video of me cooking my favorite breakfast. It's a very popular dish in Latin America, and especially in the country where my family originates from, El Salvador. What you'll see are plantains, eggs, beans, sour cream, and it'll be accompanied by cafecito, which just translates to coffee in English. I hope you enjoy. Out of all the complicated dishes I've ever made, I'll always choose this simple one. Cut in half, slice down your plátanos and fry. When you see this color, it's ready to flip. Next, I like to liquefy my beans. Before I add this to my pan, I like to grill some onions. Then fry 2 eggs and flip better than I did. Now, put it all on one plate. Your beans, your crema, your eggs, and your plátanos. And never forget your cafecito. Buen provecho!
I'd like to thank Samuel Williams and Robert DeLutis for inviting me to speak to you today about the importance of art in Riverdale Park. I was fortunate to grow up in a house that appreciated and supported the arts. My parents routinely attended the symphony where I grew up, and as I grew older, I was also allowed to attend. The walls of our house were covered with art, and on family trips, we would always seek out the local art museum, whether it was Boston, or Washington, D.C., or New York, or just looking at the portraits on the walls of a county courthouse in some place in the middle of nowhere. Once I became a member of the Riverdale Park Town Council, I was able to support the arts through my activities there, both through support of the Riverdale Park Arts Council, and later, just a few years ago, starting a public art project in conjunction with the Hyattsville Community Development Corporation that has put sculptures throughout town. The pandemic has not been good for art, and that's one of the reasons I'm so happy to see that this art exhibit is moving forward in spite of the pandemic, if virtually. Thank you to everyone participated in the organization and for making today's event happen. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate the fact that art continues despite everything.
Hello, folks. I'm Samuel Williams. I'm a co-president here of the Riverdale Park Arts Council. I share the distinction of sharing that leadership with Robert DeLutis, and it is an honor to be here and to kind of share the book that I've written that was published in 2012. This is the title of it, is Anomalous: The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, featuring Jack Johnson and Alphonse Capone. Now, this book holds the distinction of being the first Sherlock Holmes novel ever written by an African-American writer. So it's a collector's item. Now, I look at it from a different point of view as far as what was the purpose of writing the book. The genesis of the book started when I was 15 years old. I read every Sherlock Holmes adventure written by Arthur Conan Doyle, read all of his canons, and I noticed that only one Black male character ever appeared in any of his canons. His name was Steve Dixie. What bothered me at the age 15 was that he was a rogue, a thief, a bad guy. And it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way that the only Black character ever in the book, the only Black male character, was a criminal. So what I did when I wrote Anomalous: The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes featuring Jack Johnson and Alphonse Capone was I wanted to give Steve Dixie redeeming value. Now, how did I decide to do that? Well, I noticed in my research that Jack Johnson existed in 1912, and in one of the Sherlock Holmes adventures, Sherlock was actually in Chicago working undercover as a character called Altamont. He was trying to infiltrate a Irish gang. So I looked at the timelines and I found out that Holmes, who was fictional, actually was in Chicago when Jack Johnson was in Chicago. So I fused the two of them together. And I was really amazed because the Sherlock Holmes Society of London gave it a great review. The fact that I was able to tie Jack Johnson in to an original canon of of Arthur Conan Doyle's original books was highly applauded. Now, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes featuring Jack Johnson and Alphonse Capone, I looked at some social issues that were prevalent in that time. One of the social issues that was prevalent, well, there were several, but one of the first was the lynchings that were happening because of Jack Johnson. Now, you need to understand, Jack Johnson had a checkered existence. He was the first Black heavyweight boxing champion. Up to that time, all the champions had been white. Immediately after Johnson won that title, riots broke out throughout the country. The only time that riots like that ever happened again was when Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated. That's how impactful him winning this title was. Now, what Johnson did was he not only did he beat a white champion, but I examined the racial issues that were going on in this book as well. Johnson had a propensity to date and marry white women. Most of them were prostitutes. So they hated him so much for flaunting relationships like that, that they created this thing called the Mann Act or the White Slavery Act. And what they did was it said that you couldn't take a prostitute from one state line to another. So he connects with Holmes. Now, Johnson had a restaurant called Café de Champion. And this is where Holmes, who's undercover as Altamont, meets Johnson. Now, the people at the Sherlock Holmes Society of London, they gave it a good review because Holmes was an expert pugilist, expert boxer. So they said it would only be natural that Holmes would seek out to meet Jack Johnson in Chicago. So he meets him in the restaurant and they become friends. But at that point, Johnson doesn't know that Holmes is, he doesn't know that Altamont is actually that he's actually Sherlock Holmes. So the story kind of evolved from there. I also just wanted to kind of thank, just being a part of the Riverdale Park Arts Council and getting the support from the city of Riverdale, the town of Riverdale, and the town fathers, our council people, and the mayors and the administration. Just the fact that I was able to market my book in the venue that is supported by the town of Riverdale was really, really an honor. And I really urge you that if you get an opportunity to look for the book, again, the name of it is Anomalous: The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, featuring Jack Johnson and Alphonse Capone. I promise you, you will not be disappointed.
Well, I hope you're enjoying the show so far. I sure am. Everyone in Riverdale Park and the surrounding community is invited to become a member of our organization, and no matter what your talent is, we'd love to include you. In the next section, you'll see some incredible work featuring film, music, and an awesome art of the cocktail recipe segment. So get out your pen and paper and take some notes. Cheers.
Hi, my name is Lisa Shioda. I'm a Hyattsville resident and the secretary of Riverdale Park Arts. I have 3 videos I'd like to present. One of them is Evening Prayer from the opera Hansel and Gretel by Engelbert Humperdinck, which is arranged for clarinet quartet by Jaime Waxman. The second is called Kyosaku Kyoku, or collaborative piece in Japanese. It's an original collaboration with me and Christina King-Smith, and it is performed on the shinoboe, or Japanese bamboo flute. And finally is Nakama no Koe, or Our Voices in Japanese. It's originally written by two taiko groups in the UK, Humber Taiko and Foil Obon, and I've arranged the choral part for shinoboe. Enjoy.
My name is Lucius Jackson. I'm a longtime Riverdale Park resident, and today I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite cocktails. One of the things that I like to do Whether I'm hosting something here at my home or going to a party, I like to bring a special cocktail to share with everybody. What I'm going to show you today is the Riverdale Park Chupacabra.
Riverdale Park Chupacabra.
What you're going to need is some really nice tequila, and I've chosen for this cocktail a Casamiga Blanco. And you're going to need some agave syrup, and you're going to need some jalapenos. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure you have ice in your glass. Put some ice in your shaker. Here. Get that all set up. And you want to take a full jalapeno and you want to slice it right down the middle. Seeds and all. You're only going to need like 1/2 of this. You want to drop that into your shaker. You want to take the agave syrup. You want to sweeten it to taste. There we go. And you want about 3 ounces of tequila per cocktail. So usually I do this by eyeball, but for you guys I'm going to actually measure it out. Go. And one more. Oop, there we go. And you want to take a little bit of a lime wedge and squeeze some lime in there. There we go. And you want to give it a nice shake. Now the thing here is that the more you shake it, the hotter it's going to be. And I like my cocktails nice and hot, so I'm going to give it a nice shake. Okay. You want to use a strainer because you don't want seeds in your cocktail. Oh, I guess the first thing you need to do is empty the ice out. And you want to use a strainer just to make sure you get all the seeds out. Go. That looks delicious. There we go. And you definitely want to garnish your cocktail with a lime wedge. So let's float that on top. And there you go, a Riverdale Park Chupacabra. Cheers. Perfect. It is perfect too. It's perfect. That right there. Whew. That is good stuff right there.
Riverdale House Museum's connection to the arts goes all the way back to the home's origins. The builder and first owner of Riverdale, Henri Joseph Stier, was a descendant of the Flemish artist Peter Paul Rubens. When Stier left his native Antwerp in 1794, escaping the French Revolution with his family, he brought with him a collection of 63 masterworks, the largest European collection in America at the time. These included Titians, Rubens, Rembrandts, Teniers, Van Dycks, and Bruegels, among other paintings. In 1816, Rosalie Stier Calvert displayed these paintings at Riverdale, and for 2 weeks, Riverdale was the place to be, welcoming connoisseurs, travelers, artists, and ambassadors. In 2016, staff partnered with the University of Maryland's Michelle Smith Collaboratory for Visual Culture to bring this exhibit to life and celebrate the art history housed at Riverdale. Today, Riverdale celebrates the arts in many ways, including the visual arts, through engaging, hands-on experiences for children, highlighting local schools and art clubs with exhibits, and partnering with MNCPPC's Arts and Cultural Heritage Division to offer classes and special events throughout the year. Rosalie Calvert wrote that she missed her hometown theater in Antwerp, and the theater arts thrive at Riverdale, where Shakespeare in the Parks returns year after year to delight visitors on our grounds. Music plays a part in many of our events. The Riverdale Chamber Music Society, in partnership with the UMD School of Music, explores a wide array of chamber music with free performances and introduces the youngest musicians to music with family-friendly concerts and offerings. Music highlighting cultural connections adds to our programming, and the ever-popular Jazz on the Lawn welcomes guests to the grounds for summer performances. Riverdale House Museum celebrates its connections to the arts and welcomes guests to explore, learn, and create year after year. We can't wait to welcome you back, and in the meantime, visit us online.
That was great. Well, we hope you enjoyed the first ever virtual artist showcase. Hopefully by next spring, we'll be presenting more in-person events, but if not, check back to see what's happening by visiting our website at riverdaleparkarts.org. Thanks for watching. Now it's time to hit the road.